sure I'm good. Okay. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly appreciated. Big win for them boys. Getting back in the winning column by beating the Toronto Raptors 112-98. The Big Cat, 27 points, 13 rebounds. OG Anunoby, 27 big points for him. Total team effort tonight. Big time win for them boys, getting back in the winning column. Much needed win, man. Much needed win. Of course, losing 3 in a row, but I thought tonight they came out with a lot more energy. I thought they were a lot more upbeat, and I thought they were a lot more focused on winning this game. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 112-98. Great win for them boys. So, thought it was a lot of energy tonight. You could tell that they pretty much, knew that, all right, listen, man, we've lost 3 in a row. Let's kind of get back in the winning column and let's start playing like team basketball. And I thought that was great tonight. Thought they shot the ball great from 3 tonight. I think they were 12 for 33. But I think it's the addition of Towns. That's it. Let's be straightforward with it. Towns coming back into the picture, man, and him pretty much returning from that little knee ailment he had was huge, extremely huge. And that changes everything. Like I told you guys before, and I'm going to tell you again, right? That 5-out offense changes everything for this team. Everything. And with the addition of Towns and what he allows everyone to do, it's just a beautiful thing, man. You got to love it. You know what I mean? Like perfect example that when you see that when you seen OG Anunoby play tonight, that opens up the paint, right? So now he can go down there and play bully ball, post guys up, get down there, finish strong. Then it opens up the cutting lanes, guys making back cuts, all those type of things, and the offense flows beautifully. Josh Hart got back. I thought he played well tonight. He had 21 big points. He also had 13 boards. No, I'm bugging out. I'm sorry. He had 11 boards. So I thought Josh Hart was exceptional tonight, man. I thought he played really well, man. So it was good to see him kind of get back as well with his offensive prowess, but also getting active on those boards, right? So I thought it was great for him. But all in all, man, I thought it was great. The captain, I thought it was okay tonight. He had a tough shooting night, but to me, it doesn't matter, right? Because we got in the winning column also, too, with Towns coming back into the picture, changes everything, man. So let's go to the highlights here. Great win, man. Also, too, man, we saw the addition of IQ tonight, which I thought was big. Seeing him come back around, man. So it was good seeing IQ in the Garden skipping around, doing typical IQ things. So that was good to see tonight. He got a big ovation from the crowd, of course, him and RJ. I love when those guys come back to the Garden, man. Once a Knick, always a Knick. So it was good to see those guys. But all in all, man, I thought it was a great just team win. And like I said also, too, I thought, you saw them great defensively. I thought they were great getting to the passing lanes. OG Anunoby made a couple of good blocks, a couple of good steals. Also, too, man, I thought it was fabulous to see the bench come out, and they played extremely well, right? So, though Shamet had really great minutes, though Precious Chua had great minutes. I thought Campaign, he also had great minutes as well. So I think that's important, right? And I think also, too, they played a lot of minutes also, too, from the bench, right? Precious Chua had 15 minutes. Campaign had 11 minutes, and Landry Shamet played 21 minutes. Landry Shamet was 4 for 8 from the field. He had 8 points. Precious Chua had 6. So once again, right, we're not sitting here saying we want those guys to play 80 minutes, right? But what we do want is we want them to go out there, be active, but get time out there. It doesn't help if you got these guys out there playing 6 minutes, right? They got to play more than that. So I thought Landry Shamet playing 21 minutes, and I thought Precious Chua playing 15 minutes was big tonight. So to me, that's what's huge. That's what's key for this whole thing, is those guys being able to come out and being able to produce, and those guys being able to kind of get some minutes to break a sweat, man. I think it's very important that they do that. If you don't do that, then how are you going to know what you have? And so it was good to see that they were able to get out there and kind of get active and just get into the flow of the game. Once again, like I stated, like break a sweat. So I thought that was fabulous to see. But all in all, man, I mean, once again, it was good to get back in the winning column, but everything changes with Towns, man. He changes everything. Once again, 27 points, 13 rebounds. Of course, you were a little worried in the beginning there because he came back. He was kind of limping, right? I was like, oh, man. I hope he's okay, right? So he's sort of kind of like limping around. I was like, oh, what's going on with Towns? It's like, what's going on with Towns, man? I was like, I hope he's okay. But then I was like, okay, he seems all right. He seems okay. And I think he probably just had to kind of get back into the rhythm of the game. Kind of had to start kind of like loosening up his knee. And I thought once he started to do that, man, he looked like Towns, right? Looked like Towns. What is this? I want to make sure I got the numbers right. I think this is like his 15th double, man. I think he leads the league in that. So also too, as you guys saw, he leads the league in rebounding at 14 a game. He had 27 and 13 tonight. So he changes everything, man. He changes everything. And it's really hard to kind of go back now to just like that Brunson ball that way he just dominates everything. He doesn't really pass the ball. It's good to kind of have him come back around and be Brunson, but you don't want him being Brunson like how he was last year on all aspects, because we've gotten so used to this 5-out spread system with Towns that without Towns, it kind of looks like Brunson with hero ball, right? And we don't really like that. We love this 5-out because now it gets everybody involved. Everybody involved. Especially like a guy like OG Anunoby, then of course a guy like Mikal Bridges, then of course Josh Hart, and of course the captain's going to get his, but then also 2 Towns, right? So once again, offensively, we just looked fabulous tonight, man. But it all comes down to Towns. Towns. I mean, listen. I mean, he's getting what is he getting? About $50-60 million a year, right? So he changes everything. So to me, I thought it was extremely important for him to come out and be Towns, but him just being out there changes everything. It just does. And so when he's able to kind of get out there, Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big one for the boys, 112-98. OG Anunoby, 27 points. So when he's out there and he has and he spreads things out, he's such a, you have to worry about him, right? He's such a threat. So what happens is you worry about the three, you worry about the passing, you worry about the post up. Then sometimes you forget about Bridges. Then you forget about OG Anunoby. Then, of course, you see Josh Hart jumping all around and just being active, right? But then you got the captain too, right? So now that's what he does. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, once again, like I stated before, pick your poison, right? So in doing that, that makes things so much easier offensively for us. And then we're able to take our game to the next level, right? So look at the stats right here, right? We shot 49% from the field. Right, Disc Rover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big one from the boys, 112-98. So you see the stats right there, right? We shot 48% from the field. They shot 49%. We shot 12 for 33 from 3. We got the 3-pointers up better today. Percentage is better, right? Brooklyn Knicks fan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big one from the boys, 112-98. The Big Cat, 27 points, 13 rebounds. Then also 2 from Stripe, 16 for 20. They shot 12 for 15. Points in the paint, 50 to 48. It's pretty even. But look at that, guys. Out rebounded them 43 to 33, which I thought was great. And then offensive rebounds, right? 15 rebounds to their 8, right? So we got active, man. We were active tonight. And I mean, let's be honest, man. You didn't, unlike the other night, tonight you saw energy and effort, right? So last game it was effort but no energy. So you were able to see both tonight, man. I thought it was great for these guys, man. I mean, listen, look, excuse me, like I said before, and I'm saying it again, it's a long season, so you're gonna have the ebbs and flows of it, man. It's gonna have its ups and downs, right? So, it's like a wave, right? So it comes in ebbs and flows. So for me, you have to deal with it. You have to. I'm not, a Brooklyn Knicks fan said, was you impressed? I mean, we got the W. We got the W. But I think it's Towns. Towns is the key. I think when you're kind of going through like a little losing streak, all you need is one. All you need is one. It's like shooting or hitting a baseball or whatever. You just need to get one hit. You just need to see one shot going, right? So then you start getting your rhythm back. And I thought that's what tonight felt like about this win. Just get the win. I don't care how we get the win. I don't care who looks good, who doesn't look good. Just get the W. Start seeing the ball go through the net so guys can start being confident in themselves and they can get back into the flow of things. And so for me, that's like the biggest thing. Big Task says, I'm concerned with Brunson. Now, I'm not really not too concerned with him, Big Task. I'm really not, man. It's a long season, Big Task. It's a long season, man. You got to understand, what are we, 25 and 13? Right? 25 and 13, do the math. What is that, 38? right? So it's a long season, man. We got another what? What is that? Not 40 games. I want to say 40, or is it 44? No, I'm getting my math wrong. Sorry. So it's, I want to say it's not 40 wins because 40 games would be 78, right? So you add on 4 more. So was that 44 more games? 44 more games left. So we're kind of getting close to the middle of the season, right? So it's a long season, big task. Long season, man. So I'm not really too concerned about him. I'm really not too concerned about him. So I think that, he's gonna kind of have like he's gonna have moments, right? He's gonna have moments. There's we don't remember, but there were certain times last year he probably didn't shoot too well, right? But he ended it so strong in the playoffs and how well he played. We kind of forget about the doozies that he had, right? But he had them last year too. So to me, it doesn't matter because when you have a guy like Towns, that kind of covers up for it, right? Towns changes everything, and we love Brunson. Like he's the man. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But everybody, let's keep it a buck. Towns changes everything. He truly does. And that's why he's here. And that's why he's making $60 million a year, $50 million, whatever the number is. But he's because of what he does, man. He's so dangerous at the top of the key, man. You see him come down, he walks right into a 3, man. His 3 was water tonight. Water. So then he's driving, he's taking them big Ewing steps. So he's a tough check, man. He's really tough, man. He's tough to deal with. So now, you're so worried about him, you forget about Brunson. You forget about OG Anunoby, who I really thought, had a huge game today. Right? So, to me, that's that's what it comes down to, man. It's the big cat, and he was big tonight. You know what I mean? So, all in all, I just thought that just get the win, man. Just get the win, right? Brooklyn Knicks fan said Knicks got their mojo back with this one. Agreed, man. Agreed. And so to me, I think that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. Just get the W. That's it. I think, to me, what makes this team great is that it doesn't really matter who has a big night and who doesn't. Because we have so many offensive weapons, because even Bridges, right? Bridges has been playing great. He had a down night tonight. He didn't play well. He didn't shoot well. I thought he was okay defensively, but Bridges only had 10 points. He shot 4 for 18 from the field. This is probably his worst game in a minute, right? 2 for 11 from 3. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. He did not play well tonight, but did you really notice that he didn't play well? I didn't notice it. I didn't notice that he didn't play well. I thought he played extremely well. Excuse me. I thought OG Anunoby played extremely well. So I meant to say, I apologize. I thought OG Anunoby played extremely well. And so Bridges can afford to kind of have games like this because of how well everybody else plays around them. Right? So that was big. You know what I mean? So that's what Cat does, man. That's what he does. He makes you sometimes forget about other people, man, because of what he gets everybody involved. And the skill set that he has, man, it has all these coaches nervous, man, and under pressure. You know what I'm saying? So where now they're so worried about him, it opens up everybody else, man. And all you need is for those guys to really score and get busy. And so I thought that was big, right? So let's hear from the big cat, man. Let's hear from him.
The winning track after a couple of losses, just to feel that dub again.
I mean, it's great for the vibes, great for the team, great for the city. Every win means a lot, so to get on the right side is good.
Assistant coach Andy Greer told me at halftime, you make scoring look easy. Does it feel easy some nights?
I work really hard on my game, so what you call easy is a lot of hours of work I put in.
Speaking of guys who put in hours, Patrick Ewing sitting baseline, watching you work tonight. You guys make eye contact a couple of times. What's that mean to you to perform in front of him?
I mean, that's the legend. That's the man who built Mecca. So for me to grow up and watch him play, and for him to now watch me play in the Mecca is a humbling experience.
All right, thanks very much, Cat. 27 points.
The big cat. Letting it be known who the man is of the city. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 112-98. The big cat, 27 points, 13 rebounds. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 112-98. OG Anunoby, 27 points. Cat said, what you call easy. It's a lot of hours of work to make it look that easy. And he said, then what he said to Allen, he said, we was talking about Patrick Ewing. He said, yo, he built Mecca, man. That's tough with Clyde sitting right there, right? With Clyde sitting right there. Clyde hear that. Clyde like, yo, hold up now. I got the hard way to show that I built Mecca. I built NYC. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. I love to hear the love that he shows to a guy like Ewing, man. People forget about how good Patrick Ewing was, man. They truly, truly, truly do. Look at Coach, my man, Coach back in here. He says, Cat played hurt. Soft wear. Agreed, man. Agreed. It's ill, man. His that whole soft stuff, Coach, that's like out the window, man. And here's the thing, Coach. LV has said it numerous times since he's gotten here. I was one of them dudes. I used to say it. You remember, Coach? We used to go back and forth. See, I'm honest, man. Come on, I'll own up to my stuff, man. I stand on mines. Coach, we will argue all the time. Coach would be like, yo, you bugging. I was like, yo, he's soft, man. He's soft and fluffy like grits. Remember, I used to always say that, Coach. He made me eat my words, man. He made me eat my words. So you got to salute this guy, man. He's a hell of a ball player, man. He's really, really, really good. And what makes him really good, I'm going to tell you what makes him really good. What makes him so good is the fact that defenses have to change around what he does. Like honestly, because they're defending the Knicks totally different now when he's on the court. Because now you really gotta account for him. And when I mean account for him, I mean you're not even having guys in the paint. Like you're moving things around. Like you're changing the whole dynamic of what you want to do defensively. And that's all because of Cat. That's all because of him. So that's the gravity of him, man. And the greatness of him is what defenses have to do to account for him. And of course, we know what they do to Brunson. They always blitz Brunson because they got to get the ball out of his hand. He's too dangerous. But Cat coming down there at the top of the key, 7 feet, doing what he does, passing, rebounding, posting up, going to the rim, finishing strong at the rim. He does it all, man. He does it all. So he just changes so much. Guys, just look at what we are offensively now because of him. I mean, Bridges, of course, plays a major key too, right? Because he's a great wing, outside cutting, shooting that 15-footer, right? That's money, right? But our offense has totally changed because of Cat, period. Oh, look at David Smith. Look at this, everybody. David Smith says Cat's the greatest center to ever put on a Knicks uniform. He said ever. You see that, people? He got him over. He got him over Pat. I don't know David Smith, man. Pat Ewing was. You know what, David Smith? Let me say this. Skill set. Yeah. Right? Just pure talent. I think he's more talented than Ewing was. Because remember, Ewing had to develop his offensive game. He didn't come into the league doing what he's doing. Doing what he did. Because remember, at Georgetown, he's more of a defensive guy. But we got to see him in the playoffs, man. We got to see him in big moments, David Smith. We got to see him in big moments, man. In the Garden, that's the key, man. That's the key. Pat Ewing came up in big moments. So I'm not ready to say that just yet. David Smith again. Cat's better than Brunson. It's no longer debatable. Oh man, that's tough, man. As you, David Smith. Let me say this, right? Let me say this, and I'm being super honest with this because I love this talk, man. I love this conversation. The reason why there's a debate is because of what Brunson did in the playoffs, right? So that's the key here. Like regular season is cool, like that's fabulous, but David Smith in this city where you really, really, really take your game like to the next level, where you really get what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to say a G-rated version. But when you really kind of get like, get a little hair on your chest, right? I'll say that. Is in the playoffs when you come up in big, big, big moments in this city. That's what he's missing. He does that, I think will be good. So that's all I'm saying. Like I think he's great. I think what he's doing is great. I think it is. I think he should start in the East as the center. I also think Brunson should start the point guard over Trae Young. I think his should be him and Spider Mitchell in the backcourt. So I will say that, right? But the playoffs are key in this city. You got to come up big in those moments, right? When it's really, really the pressure's at all-time high, man. Right? There's nothing like playing in the playoffs in the Garden. I mean, nothing. So I think that's something we gotta, really kind of wait for. My man Jay Supreme. Hold up, wait. Make sure I got Jay Supreme here. I can't really get it here. Hold up. My man Jay Supreme says, I don't know about that. Most skilled center, yes. Greatest, not yet. Yeah, man. Yeah, Pat was different, man. And you got to do it like consecutive years, like getting us to the playoffs, and we're kind of like one of the best teams in the East, the best teams in the league. Pat Ewing did that year after year. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see. But he's getting there. So listen, really quick, let's hear from the coach, man. Let's hear from the coach. I thought he had a bounce back game today. You got to give it to Tibbs. Bounce back game today. I love the fact that he got them out of there with like 4 minutes left in the game. Get him out. I was like, Tibbs, come on, man. So that was good to see. All right, let's hear what Tibbs has to say today.
Close to the first half. Where did it change for you guys? Yeah, I thought we came out with a really strong spirit of togetherness, and good things come from that. So they're a team that plays real fast, and they'll test you in terms of defensive transition. And I thought our guys responded well to that. And they're getting healthy. They got guys back quickly, being back. RJ's a load to deal with. Pirtle's big. Barnes is a star in the league. So we knew that it would be a good test for us. And I thought we played well overall. As the game went along, we got stronger and stronger. And that's what we have to strive towards each day. Get better, make corrections, improve. Understand that it's a long season. We have to keep growing. When we fall short, learn from it, and get ready for the next one. And I thought we had a great approach to the game.
24 and 25 assists for the team. It felt like the best moments of the night, though, getting the ball really got moving. It seemed like there were some stagnant moments throughout the game, but you guys kind of really broke free when the ball came.
Yeah, and they had good ball pressure, and I thought our cutting really helped. And I think that there were a number of shots that were generated that were really high quality shots that we missed. And I know if we generate those type of shots, we're going to make. We've proven that we're a great shooting team. So keep focused on creating those shots. And I think getting some easy baskets was key for us as well. But, Cat gave us another guy, presence. OG was terrific on both ends, and we needed that. I thought our bench gave us really good minutes, and I think that was important for us as well.
Getting Carl back in there, I know he missed one game, but it seems like that helps open things up, even not just his 27, but.
Yeah, I think it gives you another option, and not only from the high post, but from the low post. And he commands a lot of attention, so it opens up the floor, and we can generate, quality shots from that. And it gives us driving lanes because of his shooting ability, but also the threat at the rim. And then I thought our wings posting up helped us a lot too, so we didn't settle. And we can score a lot of different ways. So if something's not going well, just shift a little bit and recognize what's going on. I didn't think anyone was fighting the game. The game was telling us what to do, and I thought everyone read the game extremely well.
So some of the guys talked about the energy and effort Monday night. It looked like that was back on track today.
Yeah, and look, we got a great group of guys and they work at it. So over the course of the season, sometimes you're gonna stumble, and you got to get back up, and you got to refocus. And we went through a rough stretch on the road and lock into the recovery and do that, and then just find a way to win. And I think that's a big part of growing and learning. And so, I thought the first thing is just don't get down. Get more determined. I think a big part of mental toughness is just having the belief that you can do things better. And if we lock into that, good things will come from it.
What are you learning from Shannon? He's getting some.
Yeah, he's getting his legs under him. That's what we liked about him in the preseason as well. You can execute with him. He makes the extra pass. He reads the floor well. He hustles on defense. He blocks out. He blocks cutters. He applies ball pressure. He challenges shots. He moves without the ball. So there are a lot of things that he does that aren't necessarily reflected in statistics, but they help the team function well.
Coach, going back to the wings, Poston, OG and McHale were able to get good kickouts.
Yeah.
Poston in the wing. How does that open up the offense?
Yeah, same thing. So principle of sound offense is forcing the defense to collapse. So the obvious is you dribble penetration and beating a team down the floor, but you can do the same thing, off a post up. And if you catch a mismatch and now they got a double team, now they're in rotation, and quality shots are going to come from that. Also opens up second shots for you. So, and we have big wings, and so we want to try to take advantage of that as much as we can.
Josh Harden obviously does so much for you in passing in so many ways. What is he doing best for your team?
No, and you said it well. He does a lot of things well for the team, and it's, I think a big part of it is, the energy, and that's a talent, and to play hard. Obviously the rebounding, but the plays that where you can, get to a loose ball, chase down a rebound, and I like that he can push pace. I think it allows us to play fast, and when you play fast, you get easy baskets, and so I think that's huge for us.
So Cat obviously gets called for a lot of tic-tac on the other side, with Cosby fouling him, he doesn't get the same benefit of the whistle. How do you talk him through the emotions that come with that?
Can you rephrase that?
He gets called for a lot of fouls, but when guys foul him, the whistle doesn't blow every time. So how do you?
Let me see if I understand that. See, yeah, because usually he's like attacking the rim in a straight line drive, and there's force, and he's going off 2 feet, and he's getting hit. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, I would agree.
Well played by the coach. Well played by the coach. I thought he had to bounce back 19-8 too. But listen, man, he talked about togetherness. That's big because that's the ball game. That's the ball game. That's the guys, everybody clicking. But that's all because of Towns. Thought everybody was clicking. Everybody was clicking all the games. Certain guys didn't have it shooting wise, but it doesn't matter. We got the win, and everybody else is. That's the key with the offense. Like Coach stated, right? He was so happy because they were getting good shots. And because offensively they've proven it throughout the year, most of the time they make those shots, man. So sometimes you may not have it But hey, man, you know what I mean? They're getting good shots. Guys just got to knock it down. I thought tonight certain guys knocked it down. I thought Josh Hart was big. OG Nobi, of course, the big cat. Thought even Shaman coming off the bench with his 8 points, I thought was great. Pressure Chu at his 6 points, right? That's great. So all in all, man, you got to love it. You got to love it. I mean, of course, we want more for the bench. I think it was 14 points. I think actually, I thought Payne knocked down a 3. He didn't. He only took 1 shot. But what I'm saying is that all in all, the offense is flowing. Everybody's looking good, and you're able to get a victory here, and that's all that matters, man. And everybody looked good. It's funny because he, at the end, you saw him cracking a joke about Towns not getting any calls. Because it's a joke, right, in regards to Towns. He's getting fouled on so many plays. How many times he went to the line tonight? He was 6 for 6 from the line tonight. 6 for 6. OG Anunoby gets to the line 8 times. And Towns got fouled more than OG Anunoby. Towns should be at the line at least 10 times a night. Excuse me, guys. A little technical difficulty. Got the lighting issue here. Let me make sure I got that fixed. He should be going to the line at least 10 times a night. Easy. Easily that should be happening. Okay, there we go. All right, good. We're good. So, you know what I'm saying? So that should happen, man. That should not. And so he's 1,000% right, man. Towns is getting fouled. And he's getting butchered in there. Hacks. But that's what he does, man. He puts so much pressure on the defense, man. I think that's his superpower, man. You don't know how to guard him. You know, like 7 feet, man. He does what he does. He's really, really hard to deal with. He really is. So, once again, the return of him, man, I love the fact that, you could tell he was hurting a little bit in the beginning, but his return was huge for this team, man. It changed everything for us. And I thought it was great to see him back, right? So, you see the coach up there, you see him smiling and stuff like that, so that's good, right? Like he said, the bench came to ready to play. Their production was great, so you got to give it to them. So, all in all, man, I thought it was a great night for the whole team. All right, let's get in here and chat, man. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight. Great bounce back win for the boys, 112-98. Let me see what everyone's talking about here in the chat. All right, David Smith said, it's been so obvious Cat is our best player and should be our number 1 option. Bridges should be the number 2 option and Brunson number 3, and Brunson should be racking up the assist. David Smith, you are right on point here, sir. But I will have to change that. Brunson's got to be the second option, man. I mean, he's a shot maker. And he's clutch, too. So he definitely has to be that. I think he is racking up the assists. He's averaging the most assists he's averaged any time in his career. He's averaging 8. Right? So I think that's a great number for him to be at. I mean, he's not going to be like a Halliburton, right? That's not him. Halliburton's a pass first type of guy. That's not Brunson. Brunson's a scoring guard, man. He's like a smaller version of Luka, man. Sometimes he'd be looking for a shot too much. So that's something he's got to get better with. But I thought tonight, he played well, man. I thought he played well. His shot wasn't falling, but I loved his shots that he was taking. I didn't think he was taking bad shots. I didn't think he was taking bad shots. He just wasn't flowing. Jay Supreme said, it makes a big difference when Cat's on the floor. He makes the game easier for the rest of them. Agreed. Big Chad said, but how could Towns take a day off and then come back and dominate? It's easy, man. It's just called a rest day. We all have it at work. Personal day. And that's all he had the other night, man, was a personal day. Because I think if it was the playoffs, I think he would have played. But played a shorthanded Magic team that we should have beat. And, it happens. But I thought that he pretty much bounced back tonight. Big Taz says Josh Hart was dominating in the fourth quarter. Yeah, man. He was killing them on the boards too, right? Killing them on the boards. Brooklyn Nets fan says, I just want to see Kolek and Matt Ryan get at least 10 minutes a game because I worry about OG, Cat, and Hart getting injured too early in the season. Agreed. I don't know about Matt Ryan, though. I like Kolek. Where's Dottie A, man? They shipped him off, man. They shipped him back to France, I think. He's down in G League. Also, too, guys, why isn't Akaporte playing, man? He's not even letting Akaporte get off the bench, man. I don't know if he's in a doghouse with Tibbs, man. You know how this goes, man. We haven't seen Akaporti in a minute now, man. Hope he didn't get in trouble, man. Hope he didn't get in trouble with the coach. Disc Rover says, I don't want to hear any talk up against the bench about Friday's role. Right. Agreed. Right. Listen, we coming up to it now. And they lost tonight, too. OKC lost tonight, so now it's time to make it happen, Disc Rover. You're absolutely right. I don't want to hear no nonsense. Now let's not make it happen Friday. Coach says, yes, I think it would behoove them to get a player that can get rebounds, 5 series off the ball, or give Brunson 5 series off the ball, make it easier on him on offense. Okay. Okay, so where Brunson's not running the point, I'll take it, right, Coach? Let someone else run a point as opposed to Brunson? Okay. It's a possibility. Okay, Coach says here, he says, Portland has a 6'8" point guard / forward that makes $2 million a year. That fits a certain player's expiring deal. Who is that, Coach? Who's the player that's 6'8"? Who's that? I'm trying to think who they got over there. Who is that, Coach? On Portland. Yo, man, remember what's the kid's name? Scoot Henderson? Is that his name? Scoot something? What happened to him, man? He was supposed to be like the next John Morant. Remember him? Coach is Banton. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, but once again, Coach, you know, comes down to the coach, man. You know how Tibbs is, man. Does the kid fit? Does the kid fit this whole culture? Because you know how Tibbs is, man. Excuse me. He's tough to deal with, man. So I don't know, man. You know, the kid might be good. I'm not saying he's not, Coach, but does he fit with Tibbs? Because if not, Tibbs won't play him. He won't. And the kid be sitting on the bench. You'll be screaming just like we screaming for Cam Reddish and Obi. He just won't play him. Coach's Cat has always been more talented than Brunson, but Brunson is needed for big game stability and fourth quarter grit. Well said, Coach. Well said, Coach. You are 1,000% right. Let Towns dominate 1 and 3 and Brunson take the 4th. Okay, I like that. But Brunson's got to get his shots too. He got to get his rhythm, Coach. He got to get his rhythm. He got to see the ball go through the net, man. I mean, he's got to get his rhythm. And then in the 4th, that's when he dominates, man. Because Coach, he puts pressure on you throughout the game. So you don't really know how to guard him. And then you've been dealing with him and his herky-jerky movements throughout the game. 4th quarter, you're tired. He done got you in foul trouble. Now he's doing pivot moves, up and under, shake, rattling, and crossing. And he's getting N1s, hitting them little floaters. Then he's stepping back, hitting them threes. He's tough to deal with, man. But that's a buildup from you having to guard him for all them quarters. David Smith said, Cat beat the Nuggets in the 2nd round last year and played well against Joker. Agreed. Listen, David Smith, I agree with you on this. I agree. But you know the biggest issue with that, David Smith? The biggest issue of it all. The biggest issue. It wasn't in the Garden, man. It wasn't in the Garden. The Garden is different, man. It's a different place in the playoffs. It's a different place. So, yeah, like that's cool in Minnesota. But you got to do that in the Garden, man. In the Garden. Brooklyn Knicks fan says, Matt Riley, a 3-point specialist, he needs 10 minutes a game to find his shot. Agreed to get his rhythm. I'm not knocking that. Agreed. I just think other players should get that time ahead of him. Like, you know what I mean? I definitely want to see Dottie A, man. But Dottie A's gone. I don't know where he's at. We haven't seen him. You see Akaporti sitting over there, man, looking like looking like he's on punishment. I don't know what's going on with that. Brooklyn Knicks fans said Hug must have took it. Nah, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man, with that, man. I don't know what's going on. Look at this row. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, man. I really don't. But he looked like he got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Big Taz said it matters when it's done in the Garden. It does. It does. Come on, Big Taz. You know what time it is? There's no pressure bigger, man. There's no pressure bigger. Perfect example, right? You saw the game tonight, right? It's a Wednesday. It was freezing in the city. It's bleeding out there. Bleeding. I had LV had the regular bubble coat. Had the Montclair, had the Clay on. Yo, man, I had to get the goose, man. I had to get the goose with the fur on the hood. Yo, listen, man. There's no joke out there, man. So, with that being said, the Garden was packed to the rafters tonight, man. Like it's the playoff game. Packed to the rafters. It's bleeding outside. They're playing Toronto on a bum night, and it's packed. That's the Garden, man. That's the Garden. So I say that to say, like, it's a different type of pressure, man, when you're doing that there, man. You know what I'm saying? When you know everybody's watching. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's ill like that, man. Coaches Matt Ryan shouldn't be on the court. I don't know about that. He reminds me of Novak. Remember Novocaine? If he could be Novocaine, man. Novocaine knew how to get off that pill. His trigger was lethal. Brooklyn Knicks fans said, don't disrespect Matt Ryan like that. Yeah. The snorkel, yeah, me, it's bleeding outside, Big Taz. Big Taz, it's insane, man. How cold it is outside, man. You don't want to do nothing. Like, you don't want to go nowhere. Coach says, I don't know what type of fouls Ryan has on Novak was 6'9", yeah. Big Taz says, LV chill. No, he's not. Novocaine. Yo, Novocaine was deadly, right? No, he's not. Discount double check. Yo. All right. I'm going to fall back. Say no more, Big Taz. I got you. Yo. Novocaine was ill, right? He had the ratchet. He come off bang, bang. You like, yo, I think he can still play today, man. When you shoot like that, you can still play. How old is Novocaine right now? What's he, about 41? 40? Because Melo and them boys is up to almost like 40, I think. Because LeBron 40. So Novocaine probably around there. Yo, if you could shoot, man, down never goes. Brooklyn Knicks fans said Matt Ryan averaged 28 in high school, getting Mr. New York title in 15 and 16 in college. He's no scrub. Been on the NBA, been on 5 NBA teams. He's no scrub. No. Look. Brooklyn Knicks fan, like, nah, we ain't saying the kid is a bum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disrespect that kid like that. You know what I'm saying? He in the league, man. He can shoot the pill. I just think there's some people that I think I want to see instead of him, if that makes any sense, right? Definitely Dadier. Definitely want to see Akaporte more. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. I think he should be playing over Sims. You saw Sims again tonight, man. He's like struggling at the rim, man. He gets that ball in that Baja, man. He's like weak down there. I don't know what's going on with him, man. He's like overthinking the game. That's what's happening with Sims. He's overthinking the game. The game is so much easier now. He's overthinking things. You get the ball finished strong at the Baja. That's it. He's like thinking about moves he wants to do instead of finishing at the rack. You could tell his confidence is kind of a little jaded right now. David Smith says, no coach in NBA history has ever had more excuses made for him than Coach Tibbs. Yo, Tibbs has got a lot of he's got a lot of people that like him in the league, man. So he's kind of hard. You know, he's an NBA lifer, man. So there's gonna be dudes just going to look out for him in a lot of different aspects. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta give Tibbs his respect. But also 200 wins for him tonight, man. As a Knicks coach, 200 win tonight. Excuse me. He's 24 away from catching Pat the Rat, and he's 63 wins away from catching Jeff Van Gundy. Those guys are iconic pillars here with the Knicks. If he can catch them dudes, it's a big time for Tibbs, man. Coach says we used a first on him to have a two-way above him is ridiculous. Yeah, man. Let me kind of get to this. You know what I think the Knicks made a big mistake. That big mistake. I think they should have drafted that kid Ryan Dunn, man. They should have drafted that kid out of Virginia because he's playing a lot with Phoenix, man. You could have put him right there in Dottier's spot, man. He would be playing right now for us. He could defend. You know, he can't shoot it. We all knew that when he was coming out of Virginia, right? Of course, we know he's a local kid from Long Island. Went to Lehigh, a basketball powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? That's where Melo's son goes. Another kid that's coming out next year, the kid that was at Baylor, he was from Lehigh. VJ Edgecombe, he's gonna be a top 5 pick, yo. He's a monster. Kid is about 6'5", 6'6", athletic, man. VJ Edgecombe from Long Island. He went to Lehigh. I don't know if he's from Brooklyn or Long Island. I'm not sure, but he went to Lehigh. So, I mean, the school produces like top players. So, Ryan Dunn went there, right? So, he went to Virginia, of course. And to me, I look at it like, yo, man, like, I want them to draft already made products, like guys that are ready. Like to me, like getting Kolek, I thought was perfect because he played in college for all those years. He's ready to go. Like, of course, he needs time to adjust to the game, but he's ready to go. You could put him out there and he'll be okay, right? But Ryan Dunn is the same way. He gets out of college and he could defend in the league. He could defend with no problem. So my thing is that those are serviceable minutes. Those are good minutes off the bench. Because to me, that's what Shamit's doing. Shamit's playing great defensively. His shot is starting to come around. He can shoot it, but he's struggling. But he's getting after it defensively. To me, you could put a young guy in there like Ryan Dunn. To me, I would rather do that than you get a project like Dottier that's down in the G League, and you know he's 18 years old. You don't know when he's going to be ready. Ryan Dunn's ready now. He's ready to play now in the league. So you know, the shot can come around. Look at Deuce, right? So. I don't know. I just think I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. Big Taz says LV, man, they probably didn't draft him due to the off the court issues. Ryan Dunn had off the court issues? He did? At Virginia? I didn't hear that. Anybody in the chat? Anybody else hear that? That he had off the court issues, Ryan Dunn? I didn't hear that. At Virginia, he had it? Tibbs is funny. I think like Tibbs would still find a reason not to use Ryan Dunn. Yeah, man. Tibbs, but the kid could defend, man. It would be hard for him to keep him off though, Brooklyn Knicks fan, because the kid can lock it in, man, defensively. Big Taz said, I said probably. Okay, so you're saying that there could be a possibility. Yeah, I don't know how true that. I mean, I didn't hear anything about the kid. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that they kind of messed up there because you could use him, man. You could use him right now. You know what I'm saying? You could use him, man. So that's what I mean. Like, considering what the situation is with the money, how much they're paying OG Anunoby, how much they're paying Big Cat, of course, Brunson signing. They just picked up Bridges and his money, right? So considering all that, the second apron stuff and everything they got going on, and they don't have any picks and all that stuff. When you draft guys, you got to draft guys that you know are going to play for you, that you could use. You can't be drafting projects like in today's time with this second apron and all the stuff that's going on when it comes to the money, and you can't be over this and over that. You get, if you go over second apron, you could lose draft picks, all this stuff that comes with that. The draft is extremely important. You got to hit. You got to get guys that can come in there and play for you right away. Right away. Like you can't really, that's serviceable. And I'm speaking of, we ain't even talking like we want to play 20 minutes a night, like nothing like that. But if he can come in and kind of give, like I said, anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes a night, that's great, man. That's great. And he could have like solid minutes too, where he's making an impact. So it feels like Orlando's got a whole bunch of Ryan Dunns over there. You know what I mean? All them dudes play defense. So what I'm saying is, the way things are right now in the league, you can't be trying to look for free agents and all that other stuff because you got to make sure your bread is together. You can't really, go over certain amounts. So you got to make sure you fit underneath a certain cap because it's extremely, extremely expensive now. So it's going to be key that your scouting department has got to be top tier. You got to make sure you're getting players that match what it is your team wants to do. The characters situation is good, and they can come in and produce right away, whether it's defensively, offensively, whatever. But just find out what you need, get that kid in here, and get him in here to play, man. And no more projects. No one somewhere you can just sit down to the G League because you're not going to have any bench room for that. Excuse me. You're going to need someone on the bench to really help you, man, because of the whole money situations. And that's with everybody in the league. So you got to be smart. And when you draft, you got to hit, man. And to me, that's what it comes down to. Big T, I remember when Ron Artest didn't draft. Remember when the Knicks didn't draft Ron Artest coming out of St. John's due to all the court issues? It could be like that. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I knew about Ron. I mean, I had some family members that played with Ron. You know what I'm saying? At LaSalle. So, I knew, like, Ron was he was different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I don't know if the kid was anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I never heard anything Bitch ass, so I can't really speak to that. But if there was nothing like that, they should have picked up the kid. They should have. Brooklyn Knicks fans say Kolek is an NBA G champion, NBA second team All-American, second team All-American, NCAA assist leader, Big East player of the year, 2-time first team All Big East athletic. Yeah, his resume is crazy coming out of college. And I think he's ready now, Brooklyn Nets fan. I just think he had to catch up to the speed of the game, but I think he's ready now. I think he's better than Payne right now. I thought it was going to take him a minute, but he's catching on really, really fast. I think he's better than Payne. And I think you got to put him in there to run that second offense. I think you got to. Brooklyn Knicks fan says Tibbs just does what he wants regardless on who is good or not. That's his problem. And I don't like that about him as a coach. Yeah, he's stuck in his old ways, man. He's kind of stubborn in that aspect. He's a very top-heavy driven coach, meaning he likes vets. He likes his vets to play a lot, and then guys who he feels are good enough players to come in and give the vets like some minutes, and then he'll go back to the vets. He likes guys that he can trust and guys who are reliable. That's just who he is, man. So it really, really takes a while to really break in with him. So that's going to be tough. Big Tass, yes. To me, Kolek is definitely better than Campaign. Team Tyler Kolek. Yeah, he's ready. I think he's ready, Big Tass. I think he's ready. This Rover says, mark my words, Cat's knee is going to be a problem again come Friday. I think he'll be okay. This Rover. I think he's getting treatment right now. I think he's going to be fine. They got an off day tomorrow. I think he'll be fine. And the added adrenaline, you know what I'm saying, to make up from what happened last Friday, I think he'll be fine. The Garden's going to be rocking Friday too, so I think them boys going to be ready to go. I think they'll be ready to go. All right, but listen, guys, let me get up out of here. Listen, that's my show. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me tonight, man, on this frigid night in the city. The Knicks break that 3-game losing streak and get back into the winning column, beating the Toronto Raptors 112-98. The Big Cat, 27 points, 13 rebounds. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, you're watching this on replay, please subscribe. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, people. Well, listen, I'll be back Friday night to get that rematch going, right? To get that get back against OKC. So please come through and check that out. All right, people. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me once again, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. All right, so I'll see you guys Friday night. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.